We live in the linear world. I'm not talking here from a philosophical perspective, but about the fact that our relationship with the physical world is very linear. It wasn't always so. In fact, for thousands of years, the relationship was more circular. We consumed natural resources that had time to renew before they were consumed again. Our energy sources were all renewable. Animal muscles to cultivate our fields, wood stock to heat up our houses, wind and water to power our mills. Then, in the 19th century, we discovered fossil energy and everything changed. We discovered an abundant and very dense source of energy that allowed us to transform our way of living by creating a world of objects made of non-biodegradable materials that we didn't try to reuse either. This revolution marked the transition from our circular economy model of old to the current linear model, where around 90% of what we consume, it is estimated, ends up as trash in landfills or in the oceans. Citizens, consumers, governments and companies are starting to measure the scale of the problem and to take initiatives aimed at making our economies more circular. In 2020, the European Union published its Circular Economy Action Plan, accompanied by 35 concrete measures it wants to take to create a more circular economy. Amongst these measures are, for example, the wish to reinforce essential requirements for packaging and to reduce overpackaging and packaging waste. Another measure is to make recycled plastic mandatory and to push for plastic waste reduction in some key areas, like vehicles. A third measure would be to restrict the use of intentionally added microplastics. And the final example is to substitute single-use packaging, like tableware and cutlery, by reusable products in food services. Another initiative that is sure to mobilize investors and companies alike is the EU taxonomy regulation of green activities, establishing 6 environmental objectives. The fourth of these objectives is the transition to a circular economy, and its final legal text will be adopted in 2022. By moving towards the circular economy, businesses can capture significant benefits in terms of both reducing their risks and tapping into new opportunities. For example, increasing their growth, creating a competitive advantage, reducing their costs by the reduced use of energy or less CO2 emissions. Or they can also increase their supply chain and resource security. Businesses can access this growth potential through at least 4 business models. Use renewable energy, biodegradable or fully recycled inputs. Not let product become waste by recovering useful materials and energy out of them. Extend product life cycles, for example, by making them easier to repair or finding new use for them at the end of their normal life. And finally, by moving away from the model where we each buy a power drill, a tumble dryer or a car and move to a shared ownership model. Yes, this will decrease the demand for some expensive goods, but it will also create new opportunities for companies to develop shared services, insurances, or, for example, maintenance. These business models are supported by disruptive technologies, in particular in 3 areas. First, digital technologies such as Internet of Things, big data, blockchain, that make it easier to track products or identify their content before recycling and share them. Second, physical technologies such as 3D printing, robotics, energy storage and harvesting, or technologies making our use of physical products more efficient. Thirdly, biological technologies, such as bioenergy or bio-based materials, that help us to move away from fossil-based energy and products, for example, by replacing plastics by organic fiber. As we have seen, 2022 promises to be a crucial year for the advancement of a more circular economy. New regulations are coming live or starting to really provide their useful output. This will surely push investors and companies alike to accelerate the transition to more circularity. For investors, this is going to be a very interesting year. We can expect companies to speed up the development of new circular-based solutions. For consumers also, this year will allow them to access new products that would enable them to put more circularity in their daily life.